So my name is Maya Khan, and I am on the Occupational Therapy BSc. I mean, it's been extremely interesting the last couple of weeks. We're coming to the end of 2 weeks now, but coming from an occupational therapy background, of course, being in the world of research is completely different. And I have to say, it's been fascinating, it's been interesting. I've had such an in-depth insight into the world of research and what they do. My supervisor is Dr. Androulla Elia. Couldn't have asked for a better team, because Androulla has her research assistant Ella, and also with the people I've met over the last couple of weeks, the other researchers, the other academics, the PhD students, the master students, all working, sharing the labs. They've all been very warm, welcoming, all very keen to share their experiences, their journeys and their careers so far. And it's a huge inspiration. Yeah, so I mean, I could see in terms of they do have challenges, and of course when they have, we could put it away, when they have a win, it's a huge thing, it's a huge reward. And it's also, it's very inspirational to see how dedicated, the energy, the time, the dedication they put into making a difference with the research that they are doing, even the way in which they've been teaching me and I've been learning in the last couple of weeks, and how passionate they are, and that's really stuck out for me. Absolutely, from this 2 weeks of placement is actually making me rethink in terms of career progression and where I would, how I would like things to develop. Research would definitely be an area I'd be very interested in, and academia also, teaching in OT. So all things to definitely to think about. We'd have a quick meeting, kind of know what we're doing for the day. Then if there are things that need to be done in the lab, we would go into the lab, whether, some passaging cells, which I've learnt about, and that's creating new cell cultures, whatever, counting cells, that's something else that I've learned this week. I'm using the hemocytometer to do that, doing MTT assays, which I never knew nothing about, and I've been able to do assays on my own plates, creating cell plates over the last week, and of course in doing those assays, looking at the effects of chemotherapy drugs on specific proteins that Androulla works on in her research. But then we'd have a lunch break, we will sit together and have lunch. It's really nice, to build rapport, and they're so warm and welcoming, and that's something I've really enjoyed throughout the last almost 2 weeks. We do a bit of work again in the lab in the afternoon, and that's also mixed with doing some theory. You sit at your desk, and I've been reading lots of research articles around pancreatic cancer over the last couple of weeks, and so it's a mixture really, which is really nice. And so you're not in the lab for the entire day, and then that's the way the day kind of works. Mm-hmm. And then we'd have obviously a conclusion to the day, have a roundup again. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with Androulla and the team, and Ella, and so much so that I will be, she's opened the doors and welcome if I do want to come back. So I'm taking her up on that often. I'll be back after this placement is over, the RA placement, to do a few days each week in the lab, to learn more. We did discuss as well, she was asking if I'd be interested in doing a literature review on the proteins that they are working on at the moment. And I think that'd be an incredible opportunity, because of course for my final year occupational therapy program, our research program, part of that was carrying out literature reviews. So it kind of, even though they're two separate courses, you can see the skills and learning that you can carry forward and be able to adapt that. So absolutely, all things, very valuable things I'll be able to use in the future. I think the most important thing is, despite, and I was hesitant about this. Of course, I was a bit nervous, thinking I'm from an OT background. There's no way, I'd be able to fit in. But it's being able to see that even though you're on different teams or different backgrounds, you come from different backgrounds, where research and academia is concerned, that there's always a way to work together. There are always so many similarities and positives you can take forward. So yes, that's something that's been quite valuable as well, in terms of learning and something to take away. I did notice in terms of our occupational therapy and even the physiotherapy program here that there was a very small amount or percentage of ethnic minorities in academia. So yes, I think it's something that would be, it's something that's needed, it's vital at the moment, especially with how things are changing in the world, in being able to promote and support people of ethnic minorities who giving them insight so that they can pursue careers in research and academia. I can see a smaller percentage of ethnic minorities in research, and it's so incredibly important for people of ethnic minorities to be encouraged a bit more into research and academia, also making them feel welcome, and working together as a team. It's such a competitive field as well. So I do think, it's very important to welcome, encourage and keep advocating for ethnic minorities in research. I was just surprised by the amount of time that all of the members of the research teams and the teams working in the labs, that they all made time to fit, even if it was 5 minutes, into their timetable to give me that time so that I could have a broader perspective, not just on Dr. Androulla and her team and her research, but they were able to sit and have conversations with me, and they were also, encouraging and so passionate, and just kind of explain their work and their career path and their progression. Extremely insightful, very helpful, lots of learning in there as well. All the do's and don'ts in the laboratory setting, which of course I wasn't completely familiar with before, and something that I've been able to carry out every day, and obviously reflect back on those sessions. In terms of the career session we had, also a very passionate lady that spoke to us, Emma, that gave that session. And again, she was able to share experiences and information with us that it will be able to kind of help us to make decisions going forward in terms of our career paths and how research and academia can fit into that. So, it was all things we did, kind of being able to help to put together our CV, how to do that, and in terms of getting yourself prepared to applying for jobs and things like that. So there's an extremely helpful situation. Also postgraduate stuff that we did go through, which would be really handy for me because I'm really interested in applying to do a master's. I would say invigorating, extraordinary, and it's been a fantastic experience. And I'd like to say, a huge thank you to Dr. Mahoney and her team, obviously for giving me this opportunity, and being chosen as one of the candidates. It's been an incredible experience, and I'm extremely grateful.